Hey, before we start with the main video, I would like to thank you the following companies for their support. They support me through the YouTube membership program that I created for companies who care about software testing and are active in supporting the testing community. Thank you once again. If you want to learn more about the supporters, check the video description down below to find the links to their products. If you miss your logo on this page, follow the QR code or send me an email. Happy testing, and now back to the main video. Hi and welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's me, Daniel. Happy that you're here today. Well, it's the time of the year again. 2025 has to come to an end from my perspective, from my YouTube perspective, and that's usually what I have done in the past for you. This is the very last video that you're going to see in 2025 from my side about my channel, what has happened in this year. And as a good tradition, I'm doing this recap video since the beginning of that channel, but also since I'm doing content creation in the software testing community. When I started my blog Adventures in QA 2011, I think since then I'm doing almost every year a recap what has happened in the world, in my own little tiny world. So let's take a look what happened in 2025. Well, personally, again, not too many changes, I would say. My family and friends are healthy and safe. That's a good thing. Compared to 2024, I'm doing more sport activities. Well, I could have done more, but I found a new favorite sport activity, so to say, it's paddle tennis. For those of you who haven't done that yet, it's basically a shorter tennis court, but in the background you have some glass walls and you play two against two. Go ahead and check online. It's really fun to play. However, I could do more sports activity. That's my goal for the next year, right? Also, there are some personal updates from my perspective. I invested more time in personal education and learning. Besides the AI hype train that's going on at the moment, I was also doing some personal education, topics that I haven't learned about before. It's something personal I don't want to talk about, but still, it's the first time since years that I invested in my own personal learning and personal education that has nothing to do with tech. And that's great. I can only recommend you to do the same. And again, since like last year, I visited again great places and countries with my family, which was really cool to see, to recharge the batteries from the day-to-day madness in work, in content creation, in the struggle with having a family and organizing all the things around it. That was really great to visit new places. This is a quick recap from a personal point of view. So you've seen all good. I have done a bit more sports in 2024, but there's more to come in 2026 for me personally. From a conference and webinar and podcast perspective, there has been some changes, and if you go back to my recap 2024, it's basically the same slide deck, but I changed the numbers internally. So from a conference, webinar and podcast perspective, I was doing less in 2025 because I had no time. My day-to-day job was really taking a lot of my time, like mainly all of my time basically. Maybe you have also noticed that I changed the frequency of the video uploads on my channel. Like I think in 2024 I was like doing every week one video. I couldn't keep up with that pace, so this year it was 2 videos per month. So that's why I also had to do less compared to last year in terms of conferences, webinar and podcasts. But at some point you have to do trade-offs, right? And I think you know what I'm talking about. However, in the beginning of this year, I was doing an online course for a company. That was really great. It was a really great experience. I had the honor to create a full video online course for an internal training for a well-known company that I will not expose today. But nevertheless, I'm really happy that this company is using basically me, myself, and my slide deck and my content to educate internal people, and that's great. I did 3 webinars. That's something I think compared to last year I did a little bit less. I did one conference as a speaker. That was also much less compared to the years before, but that's okay. As I said, I really focused the time that I have. It's only 24 hours for each of all of us that I could spend on content creation, so I had to keep that down basically. And overall, I still was recording 3 podcasts, which is still at least something, right? From a YouTube channel perspective, what has changed basically, I mentioned it already, it's the frequency that has been changed. But overall, I created 26 long videos in 2025 for you. And I crunched the numbers, and it's really cool to see that in total, more than 450 minutes of video content, no shorts included, have been created from my side. Yeah, that's basically all the numbers, all the minutes calculated together, coming to the same amount, or we coming to that number. But it's just the video time, right? So no editing, no copy, no graphic design, no talking to other people, interviewing, like basically the pre-production and the post-production, nothing is included. This comes of course on top, right? And the cool thing is, even though I reduced the number of videos in 2025, the average video length or time is still 17 minutes, like in 2024. And this makes me happy. Even though you have seen less videos, you still get an average time of 17 minutes per video. And that's great. I hope you like that as well. What else happened on my YouTube channel? Well, as I said before, it was the main focus of my content creation, because I can see from the numbers that more people tend to watch videos. Even though I got a really interesting feedback from one person like just weeks ago, that he said like, hey Daniel, you have done really great videos so far, but AI is also keeping up with content creators, basically, not only from the AI perspective in creating avatars and doing video content, but from basically giving the answers to a specific topic. And we all know that, right? You ask all the AI LLMs out there a specific question, like, I don't know, what is software testing? And you get a really good answer from that point of view. And I could also clearly see that in numbers, right? Some videos that are like, let's say, really basic, they got less views compared to others. And I think it's also tightly connected to AI. I was like researching that that more people go to AI systems and ask simple questions rather than watching videos again. However, on the other side, I have seen, or I have executed many prompts on the known LLMs out there, and some of them were referencing again to my YouTube channel, which is really great. So it's depending really on your habits, on the way you would like to consume content these days, right? So the main focus was on content creation on the YouTube channel. I also started some experiments with the thumbnails. I was changing a bit the styling, not too much to be honest, but since YouTube is now offering also A/B testing for thumbnails, I was experimenting with that a bit. Maybe you haven't noticed, that's okay. That's the purpose of an A/B test. I have seen some increased numbers depending on the thumbnail, and I think I will continue with that experiment in the future as well. Yes, I said it, I publish less videos per month compared to 2024. However, we still have a constant growth rate of subscribers. I think by the time of the video, I'm around 171,000 subscribers, which is still amazing. I'm always trying to imagine the amount of people standing in front of me, and that's like, okay, it's maybe 2 soccer stadiums full of people following me, and that's a crazy number basically. And it's still a constant growth rate even though I publish less videos, and I'm considering already in 2026 to even downsize a bit, maybe only 1 video per month. Bear with me, maybe, I don't know yet, because time is really a limiting factor for me at the moment. So that's why I have to balance out like how many videos I can create. I already created some videos in advance, so I have a little buffer, and depending on the topic, I have really some great topics in my list that I would like to record in the next few days and weeks. And so maybe there will be 2 videos per month, maybe there will only be 1 video per month. I don't know yet. Just as you know, subscribe, and then you know when there are new videos out there. Also, what makes me really proud is that I again worked with many great brands out there. You know, that's the main goal. Not one of the goals for, not the main goal, but one of the goals of my YouTube channel is to showcase you different vendors, brands in the software testing community, in the product community, but also in the development community, what they have to offer for us as engineers, testers, product managers, from a tool perspective, from a service perspective. And that's actually the idea, that I would like to show you what's possible, where you can where you can really go deeper, narrow down your to find the right tooling and service and stuff like that. So that's really great, and I had the pleasure to work with many great brands this year, and that's really cool. Yeah, here's the number. So in November I hit 170k in subs. That's great too. I think overall I increased the subscription from, I don't know, 110 to 170 in this year, so it's almost 60k plus, which is really great. Yeah, videos that I have created, some of them are, or like most of them, or many of them are like AI concerned. However, I also have done some videos on product management, AI, automation and stuff. You can browse down the list. You can see just an excerpt of the videos that I have done. And here are the brands that I work with, and it's really great. I will not read all of them out, but you can read them on your own on the slide deck. And also, maybe I will link them down below in the video descriptions. In the description. So I'm really happy and thankful that I'm able to work with such cool brands, and I hope I can continue the collaboration in the upcoming years to showcase you what they are going to offer for us, as I mentioned before. And I think that's already almost the recap for 2025. And well, I think there's a bug. It should be 2026, but bear with me. There is a bug always somewhere in some slide deck. So again, what's my goal for next year? It's again staying healthy, you know, doing more sports and outdoor activities. I could see that my fitness level went down a bit. I can also see it on my Strava statistics and other accounts. So I really would like to focus more on sports. I already planned some really cool cycling events, running maybe, and also I'm doing some paddle events. And then whenever I have the time, I'm outside playing soccer with my kids, spending time with my family, because I spend enough time in front of a computer, and I think you're doing the same since you're watching that video right now. So again, enjoying the time with my family, with my friends, that's really gives me a lot of energy back. Of course, I would like to work to continue all the effort for my YouTube channel, for other social media channels, depending on the focus, on the time that I have, that I said before. Maybe I'm going to attend some conference as a speaker, as an attendee. Also something I've done this year, I didn't mention it yet. I attended a couple of conferences as an attendee, and it was great. And there were conferences included with no testing focus, and it was great too. So just to watch beyond your comfort zone, to learn something new, and it was really great to meet other people and to exchange on various topics. So that's the goal for next year. And of course, having fun with the things that I'm going to do. And that's great. I hope you can say the same for you, for your personal situation, but also for a professional perspective in your employment, maybe your self-employment and stuff like that. Yeah. And yeah, with that, I'm closing the video today. It's rather a short video, but I'm below the average time of my video. I wish to all of you peace and happiness. Stay happy and healthy whenever you're watching the video. I hope you can spend the time, the Christmas time, and in case you are celebrating Christmas with your family, with your relatives, with your friends, and yeah, just have a great time. And I really hope to see you next year in 2026, and I wish you a great start into the new year, and I'm really looking forward to see you on my YouTube channel, in the comments, on YouTube, on LinkedIn, on other platforms, wherever you can find me. Thanks for coming by this year. I'm really happy that you have been here, spent your time with me. Thanks again, and see you next year. Bye bye.